Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel. It's Zach again, and I'm here for the final installment of me reacting to the struggles of being Amberlynn Part 3. I honestly am just so glad that this is about to be over with because I'm honestly exhausted with her excuses, her struggles, her all of the above. I can only imagine that she's gonna find 10 more ways to reiterate the same 20 things she's already said, so I'm really looking forward to that. I know it's been a long time coming, but let's be honest, Homegirl's at least a week behind in her own videos, so it's okay if I'm a few days behind on this video. Am I right? Am I right? Can I get an amen? Something like that. I don't know. What do the kids say? So we are just gonna jump into this. Pray for me. I'm gonna make it through it. We're about to be done with this series. I'm so grateful. It's all good. Okay, so I got it pulled up. Let's go. Let's jump into it. Here we go.
Hey guys! Here we are for part 3! Can you freaking believe this? I really hope that you guys enjoyed the series. This is my first series I've ever done. So this is Struggling Being Me.
Girl, I do feel like she's a little bit trying to play off this like Shane Dawson series thing. And I'm like, girl, it's not that serious. You sat all on the same day for all 3 parts of this and recorded 10 things that all sound the same every video. So, girl, don't act like you're doing something like avant-garde here, girl. You're just sitting in front of a camera talking like you normally do. Let's be honest.
Me series part 3. If you guys don't know what this is just struggles that I experience as being a morbidly obese girl. And the reason why that I titled it Struggling Being Me is because not all struggles are the same for everyone.
Girl, so, you've said this in every single video. I'm over it. I don't need the clarification.
I feel like these are a little bit more embarrassing to me. You guys might not think so.
I'm waiting.
But let's just do this. So number 1 for this part 3 is stares in public. I feel like lately I have been getting a lot of stares. I know the stares are because people...
Oh my god. Y'all, I definitely was like, I thought she was talking about like stairs that you go up. And I'm like, girl, we've already talked about you walking. We've already talked about you waddling. Do we really also have to talk about the stairs? But no, she means people looking at her. But she did, now that I say that, she did talk about people staring at her as she walked. And I was like, girl, the whole point is not, they're not staring at you because you're waddling. They're staring at you because you're a 500-pound woman. So let's go see what she has to say about that. But I can't believe, like, I literally thought she was going to say stairs like climbing it. I'm like, how many different ways can we talk about you walking?
People are judging me and how I look, and sometimes I feel like I can understand that because I feel like they're like, oh my god, how can this girl, you know, let herself get that big, which I honestly get it, but it's rude. And especially when I get laughed at or I'm literally being fat shamed in public, it's just not okay. It's embarrassing. And sometimes it makes me not even want to go in public. Just imagine going in public and every day people are like almost like mocking you, mimicking you, staring at you, and making you feel like a monster.
Girl, it ain't keeping you from going out in public though, is it? You're still going out there, you still going to the restaurant 3 times a day for every meal. So like it's clearly not keeping you. So breathe in and out, girl, because you still going to that Chinese buffet, that Mexican restaurant, that Texas Roadhouse, that cheesecake factory. So girl, don't act like this is keeping you from leaving the house because girl, you're still leaving the house to eat.
So number 2 is movie theater seats. So I can't go to a movie theater unless the arms go up.
Is that why you didn't go see Black Panther with Becky?
I don't take up 2 seats. I know that's like a big misconception, but I like to have 2 seats just in case. I like...
Girl. First of all, no. You don't need the arms to lift up if you don't need both of the seats, girl. If you could fit into 1 seat, it wouldn't matter, alright?
To be comfortable, and I put the arm up, and I just kind of enjoy myself. So, I feel like that's really embarrassing because if I go to a new movie theater, I literally Google, like, their seats, and if I can't find images on their website or anything, I will call. I have done this before.
Also, you live in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky. How many movie theaters can there be?
and say, do your movie theater seats, do the arms go up? I've done that before, and if they don't, I can't go.
Girl, I'm not buying what you're selling.
Big butt. Number 3, which you guys know this, is seatbelts don't really fit me. In newer cars, I noticed that they're actually making...
Okay, but have you purchased the seatbelt extender yet? Or are you still driving around without a seatbelt all the time? I wonder what you're about to say. I bet you still haven't bought it yet. Bought it? That's probably not a word.
Seatbelts bigger, so they do fit me then, but like in the car that I have now, the seatbelt doesn't fit me. In literally 90, probably 5% of cars, seatbelts don't fit me. Even when I've been on planes before, I've had to get seatbelt extenders.
Girl, when was the last time you were on a plane?
Oh my God.
When was the last time you were on a plane?
This brings me to number 4. I have a huge bruise on the side of my leg. Why, you may ask? Well, since the seatbelt doesn't fit me, the seatbelt buckle is always sticking up, and my thighs are so big and my hips are so big that every time I'm in the car, I'm actually sitting on the seatbelt buckle.
Okay, couple things. One, your hips and your thighs are apparently so big you can't fit correctly in the car that you drive, or not drive, you don't drive, but in the car that you ride in, but yet you don't need 2 seats at the movie theater. 2, how do you think you could avoid this? Maybe by buying the seatbelt extender you've been talking about. You have mentioned it either, I don't remember which form of social media, but you have talked about getting a seatbelt extender and you haven't. So whose fault is this? It's yours.
It is rather painful, and I have an everlasting bruise that is on my leg, and that is because I do go in the car every single day. I can't sit
to go get that Taco Bell.
Like at all. And you know, that bruise hurts, and every time I get in the car it hurts, and it's just something that I struggle with on the daily, and it's just something I'm kind of getting used to. Number 5 is like, it is really hard for me to bend down and tie my shoes and put on socks. So I have found a way that works for me. I will sit on the couch or I'll sit on my bed and I'll do one.
Wait, did she say tie her shoe? Or just put on her shoe? Because girl, those flats you're abusing, they don't tie. And that's all I've ever seen you wear.
I'll do 1 foot at a time, and I'll kind of like turn and then put my leg up, and then, you know, I'm able to do it like that. But it's like, I can't do it like normal people. I can't do it standing up. I can't do it bending down. I have to bend my leg. I don't really know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but I can't do it like normal people at all. Number 6 is if I am, you know, in the living room or I'm in my bedroom, I always have to have a blanket on me. It's come to the point where even when I go to Becky's family's house, I have a blanket on me. They have, like, you know, regular living room blankets, and they let me use that, and it's an insecurity thing.
Wait, what does this have to do with her being morbidly obese? I'm confused. Like, she feels like she has to cover up her body. If you're at the point that you're going over to your partner's family's home and you don't feel comfortable without being covered up by a blanket, I have a lot of questions. You're either like way more insecure. Well, no, like you go out in public without blankets. You go to the Texas Roadhouse without a blanket. Like, why don't you feel comfortable in front of Becky's family without a blanket covering you? I have some concerns about like your relationship with her family, that you would be that concerned about the way you look that you would cover yourself in a blanket.
Blankets make me feel more secure. I feel like, you know, without one, I am showing all my goods, all my rolls, and it's like, I feel like people are judging me. But the minute I have a blanket on my body, I feel like a completely different person. I feel like there's no more judgment. People aren't looking at me no more.
Girl, go see a therapist.
People in my life are looking at me. I'm not saying that Becky's family are looking at me. I'm not saying that my friends or my roommate or my girlfriend are looking at me.
I think I think that is what you're saying, because I don't see you wearing blankets. One, sometimes we'll find you in a stray Eric Cook clip covered in blankets. but you're rarely covered in blankets in your own clips, and you're not covered in blankets when you're going out to eat or going to the Walmart. So yeah, I think you are saying you're insecure around your roommates and Becky and Becky's family, and that makes me concerned for you because these people are supposed to be like your friends and family.
Way, but I'm just saying, like, the blanket makes me feel better. I've always been like that. So at all times I have a blanket on me. Number 7
I don't see one now, girl.
When I am in public, I don't like using public restrooms, but if I have to, bathroom stalls are so annoying to me because for me, being this size, they're super small. So I have to always use the bigger stall, and I usually always wait for the bigger stall to be open. So I'll be like almost peeing my pants, but if the bigger stall is taken, I will not use a smaller stall. There obviously has been times where I've had to use the smaller stall, which for me is embarrassing because I have to like walk in there sideways and I have to like go back by the toilet just to close the door, and it's just a whole situation that I just don't like dealing with. So I just wait for the bigger stall.
Girl, this is like the first time in this video I'm gonna say it, but this is your warning sign. Like, you can't use a bathroom in a public restroom because the stall is too small. Granted, those extra large stalls are made for like folks with handicaps and disabilities, and I think there's something to say there about like what is the world doing that we only make one bathroom stall in the whole bathroom accessible to folks with disabilities. I think that that would be a good argument to make, but your argument is that you just can't fit into any stall except the big one, and you could do something about this. Like, this should be your warning call. This should be your wake up sign, your sign from whatever powers that be up above saying, girl, you need to lose weight. You can't even go to the bathroom in this stall.
Number 8 is I always have a constant fear that I'm gonna break furniture. There has been times where I literally...
You already said this! This was for sure in one of the other videos. We've already talked about you being afraid to break furniture. You've mentioned it before. How is this a new item?
Won't sit on, you know, a piece of furniture because I'm afraid that I'm gonna break furniture. A little backstory, I've only broken a couple things in my life, but...
Is she gonna try to deny breaking that couch, girl? Because there's a video out there and you broke that couch. You sat down and it broke.
It's always, like, for good reason. Does that make sense? Like, I got this really cheap chair at Walmart one time, and I used it a lot, and I ended up breaking it. That's embarrassing. I've never really broken something like a bed or a couch or something.
Yes, you did! I'm gonna go find it and put it in here.
Christmas tree. Alright, Casey. What do you mean, what's wrong with
That to me? Oh, God dang.
Okay, I'll stop.
Oh, shit. Quit, I'm gonna pee. I'm gonna pee. I'm gonna pee. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm gonna pee.
But I always have fears that I'm going to, or I have fears that I'm gonna, like, fall through the shower, like, really stupid things like that.
Didn't that just happen too?
Constant fear, like, constant. Like, if I go to a trailer, like, because I do have some friends that live in trailers, if I, like, go to a trailer, I'm afraid that I'm gonna fall through their floor. Like, I'm terrified. Or if I walk on, like, wooded stairs, or like a porch that's
wooded stairs?
I am terrified that I'm gonna fall
wooded porch?
break the wood. There are certain chairs at Becky's family's house that I will not sit in at all because I am too afraid that I'm gonna break them. But it's like, I know I'm not going to. Maybe I will. Who knows? But
Probably.
I'm just so scared of constantly breaking anything. So when I'm like standing around, not sitting, and people are like, "Why aren't you sitting down?" The only thing I can say is, "Oh, I'm good, I'm good." I'm not gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, because I'm afraid I'm gonna break your furniture." That's like, that's so embarrassing. So number 9 is a little bit deeper.
Deep, let's go deep.
Disliking myself purely because of how I look. And I'm not one of those people who like to, you know, honk my horn or whatever, but I know I have a big heart. I'm very empathetic. I'm a good person. I give when I can, and I know these things. I'm very kind, warm-hearted, you know, Here I go, honking my horn. But it's like, sometimes
Girl, you better throw that horn out because that's not true. Yeah, I don't know the Amberlynn that I know follows any of those descriptions, just to be clear, but I'm gonna let you continue.
Forget all those things because the only thing I can focus on is the fact that I am morbidly obese, and I will begin to hate myself just purely because of that. And I know a lot of people look at me and they automatically judge a book by its cover and form opinions on me just based on how I look, and I kind of feel like I treat myself the same way. And if I was to...
Girl, you're projecting. If you think other people are thinking that, that's certainly because you feel that way. A lot of people online, at least, that have watched your YouTube channel have based their dislike of you on many things outside of your weight. Primarily, like, constant lying, you know, lying about taking care of your animals, lying about relationships with exes, you know, things I'm not going to get into now, but girl, don't project on others. Like, I think it's fine for you to say, I dislike myself because of the way I look. I get that. I think that's something that people go through. But I don't think everybody, at least on the internet, that dislikes you because you're fat.
To ignore how I looked and just based my opinion on myself just strictly on who I am as a person, I would love myself.
Would you?
But I judge myself on how I look all the time, and I hate myself because of it majority of the time, and it's a very, like, unhealthy relationship I have with myself, and it's just, it sucks. So number 10, this is the last struggle that I will be talking about. Can
Thank
you believe it?
God.
So,
thank God it's almost over.
This is embarrassing for me. So we have a walk-in shower. The walk-in shower has, you know, okay, so there's two clear doors that are like this, and they'll close like that, okay? So this little space, once I open the door and move it over, there's this little space that you walk into the shower. This makes me want to cry. I have gotten stuck before. It hurts to get in the...
Just a second, y'all. Sorry, I'm just looking for all the people who are surprised. I can't find anybody who's surprised here right now. I don't see anybody who's surprised. If you're surprised, leave a comment in my comments down below, but I can't find anybody who's surprised. Anybody?
Shower, because it's such a small space that I have to walk into. To the average person, it's probably, you know, perfectly fine. It is a pretty small space, but it's hard for me. It scrapes my stomach when I get in. I have to, you know, suck in as hard as possible, but sometimes that doesn't even work. I'm able to get in, but it just hurts really bad because I'm literally like scraping myself. And to me, that's one of the biggest struggles because, you know, showering every day, that's something I deal with every day.
Do you?
And it's something that I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that there's going to be one time where I break the door, where the glass literally just shatters because I'm too fat, or I'm afraid that I'm going to get, like, extremely stuck, where an ambulance is going to have to come or something. And it's like, the more weight that I gain, the worse it's becoming.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, that's how that works.
It's just really embarrassing.
Like...
I was stuck there, and I'm not saying I was stuck there for hours or anything, but it was a good 30 seconds. But it's like, when you're stuck in a situation like that, like, those 30 seconds feel like 30 hours. I honestly was terrified, and I almost screamed for Becky, but I was like, don't do it. You can get yourself out of the situation.
I want to know how.
Really bad.
How did you get out? How? Tell me.
It's just something I have to deal with on a daily basis until I can lose weight and just become a better person. So if you guys watched all 3 of these videos, thank you so much. I really hope that one day
You're very welcome.
I can look back at with this and be like, I'm glad I don't have to deal with those things anymore.
Same.
So if you like the series, let me know. I can do more series videos.
No.
I don't know. I just figured
Please
it'd be
don't.
something interesting for you guys. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Y'all, I know that Amberlynn did this for views. I know that was her goal with this series, right? I know that's what her plan was. I hope that she can actually think about the things that she wrote down and reflect on those things and hopefully actually want to lose weight because of them. Like, the things that weren't repetitive and weren't redundant, that she didn't say as like half of her points, there's like some very concerning things in there. And like, I know that to some extent this seems kind of like me joking around, and to some extent I am joking around, but I think a lot of the things that she said is concerning, and if she can only see the use in that reflection as a way to make money on YouTube, that's concerning to me, because the reflection pieces that are there are somewhat good if you take that reflection and apply it to like making change in your life, right? I have a friend who always jokes around with me at work about how like the most important thing anybody can have is self-awareness, and I always joke around with him about how he's like very self-aware but he does nothing with it. And I think this is a good example of that, right? Like, except that with my coworker I'm joking, and with this situation I'm serious. Like, she seems fully aware of all of the problems in her life, but homegirl's just doing nothing with it. So, Amberlynn, for Pete's sake, I know you're watching. Take this and use it as motivation. You start thinking about binging, pull up your videos, watch all 3 of them, and then after you get done watching all 3 of them, you decide, is this worth it? Is this binge worth it? Is it worth getting stuck in the shower again? Is it worth breaking another couch? Is it worth not being able to breathe while I'm just sitting here? Is it worth having to put a whole cover over my body just so I can be around my girlfriend's family? I'm gonna hope you say no. I'm just gonna hope that you say no. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to subscribe, hit the bell button, leave me some comments down below, hit like, all of those things, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!